A very good morning to all of you. Let us continue the chapter. We were studying about the different elements of weather and climate. So we studied about temperature, air pressure, and let us now know about pressure belt. The equatorial region is a zone of low pressure due to high temperature throughout the year. It is called the equatorial low pressure belt or doldrums. Here you can see a diagram related to different air pressure on the Earth's surface. The air that rises upward from the equatorial region descends after being cooled in the subtropical region around 30 degree north and 30 degree south. This creates the subtropical high pressure belt. This belt is also referred to as horse latitude. Due to Earth's rotation, the air swings towards the equator and thins out over the area around 60 degree north and 60 degree south. This creates the subpolar low pressure belts. In the polar areas, the low temperature results in cold, heavy air that creates high pressure. These areas around the North Pole and South Pole are the polar high pressure belts. Now let us know about this next element of weather and climate, that is wind. You all must have seen wind at work. The drifting of smoke from the chimneys, fluttering of flags, rustling of leaves, and moving of branches with the breeze are common sights. On this stormy day, when the wind is strong, your umbrellas may be upturned inside out, trees may sway, and in extreme weather, trees may be uprooted and houses damaged. Winds are moving currents of air. They can blow over a small local areas or over much larger regions. You already know that air blows from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure to fill up the space left by rising air currents. This leads to air circulation, and this air on the move is termed as wind. Means moving air is called wind. Did you know? A wind is named after the direction from which it blows. For example, the wind blowing from the east is called easterly. Now, global winds help to moderate temperature throughout the world by carrying warm air away from the tropics and cold air from the poles. Depending on their characteristics, they can be divided into three main types. The first one is prevailing winds or permanent winds. A wind that flows constantly over a large area in a particular direction throughout the year is called permanent wind or prevailing wind. Means throughout the year their directions are the same. Three main belts or bands of prevailing winds are found blowing on either side of the equator. In the tropics, trade winds blow from northeast in the northern hemisphere and from the southeast in the southern hemisphere. In temperate zone, the prevailing winds are westerlies. Cold easterly blow in the polar region. Prevailing winds are also termed as planetary winds. The second type of winds are seasonal winds. Unequal heating of land and water bodies gives rise to periodic winds that dominate in particular seasons. They change their directions according to the seasons. The most important seasonal wind that plays a major role in determining the climate of India is the monsoon wind. The direction of the Indian monsoon is southwesterly in summer. This is the main source of rainfall in India. Winter is the season of northeast monsoon. Means monsoon wind change their direction in summer and winter season. The third type of winds are local winds. In some specific areas of the world, winds with special characteristics blow in some particular period of day or year. They blows over limited areas and are of local significance. That is, number one, hot dry Lu in northern India during summer. Second, warm dry Chinook in Rockies of North America after winter. And third, Forehand down the southern flank of Alps. And fourth, the dry and cool Harmattan in northwest Africa. All these are the local winds blow on that particular region. Number 4 is destructive winds. Tropical thunderstorms, cyclones, hurricanes, tornadoes, typhoons are violent local storms that cause large scale destruction. They are associated with high speed wind, thunder, lightning, and rain. They mostly originate over oceans and move inland and cause havoc. Odisha, located on the eastern coast of India, is prone to cyclones originating over the Bay of Bengal. The supercyclone of October 1999 had caused massive havoc, devastation in Odisha, and was a major natural disaster. So that's all for today. In the next class, we will continue this chapter and we will study about humidity and precipitation. Thank you. Have a good day.